Hey guys, here I am back with another scooter. I've never done it quite this way before. This is the before video. I've never done that, only after the fact videos. But I thought it might be kind of fun for you guys to see what this bike looks like pre-restoration. And it's an H2, 72 H2. It's not my normal expertise. I'm certainly way more knowledgeable about early H1s than I am about this guy, but I am very familiar with it, having ridden them back in the day. And a good friend of mine in Michigan decided that I ought to have this, given that I've got the 69 H1 and the 73 Z1. This is kind of the middle bike, the 72 H2 Mach IV. So he ended up buying it for me up in Michigan and hung on to it, and I just got it down here. So I guess you could describe this as a true barn find. It's filthy, it's missing a number of parts, doesn't run, all the typical stuff, little damage here and there, but it's a worthy candidate for restoration for sure. This particular one was built in February of 72. Kind of midway through the production run, and allegedly has about 5,000 miles on it. Now, whether that's correct or not, who knows? An interesting telltale sign, though, is these bikes came with a Yokohama front tire, and in late 72, Kawasaki came out with a bulletin and said, lo and behold, people were complaining about how that bike handled with that Yokohama front tire, and they replaced it with a Dunlop F6, which has been unavailable forever. And this has that Dunlop F6 on it. So that may be from late 72, early 73. Dealer might have replaced it. If the bike truly does have 5,000 miles on it, that could be true. So not a lot to say about this bike, other than I guess she's rough. But I've had rougher. Here it is under the seat, the original CDI ignition, which of course was virtually the same ignition that was on the later 73 H1D, which was far improved from the early H1 CDIs. Somebody did looks like a rattle can paint job at some point. Obviously not too good, but for the most part, stuff is here. You can tell the bike has crashed at least once or twice. Probably why these JR power pipes are on here, but there's evidence, like the brake pedal is bent. The bottom of this clutch cover has some scuffs. Could be why the turn signals are missing as well. Those are all things that tend to go in a crash. And is there some scuffing on? I can't quite tell. No, I don't think the master cylinder got it. But anyway, apparently somebody decided to use a different type of screw to put that fender back on. Of course, these upper fork tubes are a disaster rust-wise. Has the original dust seals on the front forks. As many of you will recall, Kawasaki originally had this one-step design, and they later put a second step in there and also put in a double lip seal underneath that dust cover. These are very, very hard to find. I know I've been able to do it on early H1s, but I don't know about this. This has bigger forks, so we shall see. There's some more evidence. You can see a bent fork here. I'm sure this thing has been down. And what else do we see on this bike? Looks like it sat in a damp barn, is what it looks like. Yeah, the horn's on right side up. How about that? Looks like somebody put some fresher plugs in it one time. There was a bunch of sour gas in the gas tank, by the way. I have done one thing to this bike, and that's to clean the inside of the gas tank. I will see if I can. It might be an original mirror. Is it a Toyo? Yeah, it is. It could be an original mirror. Obviously, that's not original. So anyway, see if I can show you inside the tank. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but I spent quite a lot of time cleaning the inside, which I always do before I send my bodywork off to the painter. It's fun to see these bikes. This bike even smells like it's been sitting in a barn. I always find that kind of funny. But yeah, not the best smell in the world. Now, it's got unipods on it. A lot of guys did that for added performance. Of course, now I have to find an original airbox and snorkel, which isn't going to be cheap. Let's look down here and see what we see. All right. Now, this is an interesting one for me. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But you see that knob for adjusting the idle? All three carburetors have that. And I thought I recall that only the right and the center carb had it because those were hard to get to. And this did not have the actual knob originally. But I could be wrong on that. If somebody knows, please let me know in the comments. I'll be curious. Missing the center stand. Not unusual when guys put pipes on. Center stand usually gets sacrificed. And the chain guard obviously isn't the right color. Oh, look at that. There's the chain oiler, or at least the little hand pump. Yeah, there's one. That's one guys often, I know, get confused about. This was chrome on the early bikes, and also was on the outside of the rubber footrest, or at least more exposed. Later they were zinc, so I think it's missing on the other side. Those appear to be the original shocks. And obviously not the original rear sprocket. It was an aftermarket sprocket for sure. It's got a Goodyear rear tire on it. Clearly that's not original. But with 5,000 miles, that wouldn't surprise me. Because back in the day, by 5,000 miles, I know I was changing tires on the back. Not the front, but on the back. So let's just keep looking here. It's missing the mole. So yes, I wonder if the inside is there. I don't think it is. Let's look again. Nope, that's missing. So there should be a mole. They call it a mole, but it's a little piece that goes around the edge of this sharp metal. Kind of protects you from getting cut, I guess. And let's see. Yep, turn signals are missing. This should, of course, be black, not body color. And it's got the black brake plate. That's correct. Oh yeah, here's another one as I recall. I think there was a service bulletin that people had problems with the rear brake on these early 72s. And I think this is the original stuff. But they changed it because if I remember correctly, these would chatter. The brake would chatter. And I know they changed the brake, this brake control rod. I know they changed the brake cam lever. And I think they changed, what else did they change? Oh, the torque link. I think they changed the length of that torque link. And look at that. That sucker is bent. That's not right. Another sign of a crash, I guess. All right. Let's see. Anything else? It looks like the original Kickstarter. As I said earlier, bent brake pedal. Oh yeah, missing the rear footrest. Looks like it's got most of the original hardware. The old number 4 bolts are all over this thing. I would say all in all, it looks to be a fairly complete bike. Who knows the real history on these, right? You never really know. But when I tear the motor down, I certainly will be able to tell if that's really a 5,000 mile bike or not. Anyway, guys, I thought you might enjoy the before. And these tend to take me between 6 months and a year to finish. But hopefully we'll get it back to its original glory, and it will sit proudly between my 69 H1 and my 73 Z1. And I'll send you some progress videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.